Hey guys, so today I was lounging around the house and I figured that it would be a good time for me to do my favorites for the month of August. Since we do have just a few short days left in the month, I figured I'd get this video put together so that you guys will have it. I suck at putting up the videos on time. I know I always say that I will, but then I never do. Just because, you know, I get busy and then I'm tired and it's just, so much going on. Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and jump right into it because I have a lot of favorites this month. As I said before in a couple other videos, what I've been doing is not buying quite as much makeup as I used to. I used to have lots of haul videos. If you've been watching me from, from the beginning, I have had lots of haul videos. And I decided that, since I have, a lot of things to buy because I'm preparing, I am expecting. So I have to buy some stuff for my little man, and that's a great way to spend my money, and I'm really excited about it. So I spent a lot of my extra, spending money that I have on stuff for his room, clothes and stuff like that. So I'm really not thinking about myself and buying, makeup things I really don't need. I have a ton of makeup that I don't even use. So I wanted to kind of get back into using the things that I have here because I have a lot of makeup. If you've seen my makeup tour videos, or room tour, and I show makeup collection videos, you've seen how much I have. And little by little I add little things here and there to it, but I try to use what I have just because I realize how much money I've spent into my collection, and it just collects dust. It really just, it does. And so that's kind of like, a lot of these things are rediscovered favorites of mine that I've mentioned in past favorites that I've been in love with for a very long time. So these are, tried and true products for me. So the first thing that I wanted to do is I'm going to do the eyeshadow stuff that I've been using. What I've been doing a lot is some light contouring, like with my bronzer here at the top of my forehead, by my hairline, down my jawline, and a little bit where you naturally would contour, just very lightly where it's not even a noticeable thing. And then I take a little bit with a fluffy brush like this one. This is one from Sephora. You can use, let's see, this is one like a 227 this is one from Sigma. And what I do is I take some of that and I apply it in my crease, and then I also go under my lower lash line just to kind of contour naturally where the sun would naturally hit you. That's where you would highlight, but then when you contour, it's where you want things to kind of recede and not be, you want things to stand out some more. Like you want high cheekbones, so then you contour so the cheekbones stand out. So basically where, you contour, natural sun would hit you here. So it's like, you can highlight and then you can contour as well. So anyways, what I decided to do was use my bronzers that I use for that. And I have been using mostly just my bronzer for my crease area, but then I've been doing like an eyeshadow. Like today I have one from Urban Decay on, and that's kind of where it kind of segue into my eyeshadows. I have been so in love with the Naked palettes. I have both of them. I just love Urban Decay. I think they're one of the best brands for eyeshadow, but that doesn't mean that you have to go out and spend the money. There are other brands that work just as great, but I am a big fan of Urban Decay. I have a lot of their palettes. I have these two, the Naked, the original Naked, Naked 2, and then I also have been using the Urban Decay 15th anniversary. It's really dirty with fingerprints, but today I have my bronzer in my crease, and then I have the color Midnight 15, which is this one here. It's very similar to kind of like Midnight Cowboy, but a little bit more shimmery, and this one doesn't have quite as much glitter. Like Midnight Cowboy is very glittery, and this one has just a slight pinky undertone, just very soft. Not too much that's very noticeable. So I have been loving and using this a lot. You have a lot of great shades that you can use for eyeliner. You have a lot of bright colors that you can use for the lower lash line or for on the lid. So these are just some things. You guys have seen what the Naked and the Naked 2 palettes look like, so I'm not going to go into detail about that and show you guys that. But that's what I've been using. I've been rotating them every week. I'll use, like this week I'm using the 15th anniversary. Last week was the Naked 2. The week before that was the Naked palette. So I just kind of keep those in rotation. The bronzers that I use for like the light contouring is the Smashbox Halo Hydrating, which comes in like a container like this. And it's one of those where you twist this dial here and it shaves off the product that you need. And it's just like the perfect color for me. Let me see if I can do a swatch here for you guys. So that's what it looks like. It's a very natural bronzer. It doesn't look orange on me, and I like that. It's a little bit on the pricey side, so I tried to be very easy with that product because I think it's like 40 or 42 for it. That is kind of expensive when you can, you know, definitely pick up something at the drugstore that's not even half the cost. And then the other one is my Hoola bronzer from Benefits, one of their box powders. This one is a matte bronzer, and it's a little bit on the lighter side, not quite as dark as the Halo Hydrating on me. So if you're pretty fair like me, or even lighter, I'd probably do Hoola because the Smashbox Halo Hydrating is a little bit darker and a little bit deeper. So that's what I've been using for contouring. For the rest of the stuff for my eyes, I have been just really loving liquid liner. I've been using a lot of liquid liner, a lot. The one that I use for black liquid liner is the Lorac from the Line Pro, and it comes in like this little charcoal pen, and it has a brush tip applicator, and it just glides on very easily, and you see how very opaque and shiny that black color is, and it doesn't skip, it doesn't drag, it doesn't pull on my lid. I can easily just go real quickly like this and have a line, like a perfect straight line. Some people don't like it because it's not like the marker tips that I'm used to using from like the L'Oreal Carbon Black Liner Intense one, but I really like this one a lot. It's very black. It is a little expensive, and that's the only thing that I don't like about it, but I've gone through so many of these throughout the past couple years since it's been out, and I've really enjoyed it. It's a really black lime, so whenever I find something that's, you know, like a drugstore or something that's cheaper, I'm going to show you guys like the dupe for it. And then I do have a drugstore one from Revlon. It's the Color Stay Liquid Liner Pen, and this one is in the color Blackened Brown. And I like this one. This one is a little bit more of a marker tip. It's a little bit more of a chunkier tip. It's like a little bit fatter. But this one is a very, there it is, right, that first line there. It's a very soft and natural lime. You know, you can tell it's a liquid liner because just of the finish of it. It's not like a pencil. But it's not too black and it's not too brown. It's like the perfect in between. And these, I'm really surprised because this was like literally $5 at my local Target. And that's what I'm wearing today. And I just basically placed the liner pen down and then just kind of dragged it across my lash line. And it works just as great as the Lorac one. Now I'm not sure if the Lorac from the Line Pro has a brown one. But this is really great. If you're really fair like me, or even lighter, it's lint. I would suggest using the black and brown one from Revlon just because black is very harsh on very pale skin. So that's just an option for if you're interested, but it's always good to have a really good black liquid liner anyways in your collection, and I really do love the Lorac from the line. Also the one that I mentioned, I don't even know if I have one up here. Actually, yes I do. The other one that I was talking about was the L'Oreal Paris Carbon Black Liner Intense. This is the felt tip one that you unscrew. This is also a very good one if you don't want to spend the money on a $22 eyeliner, liquid liner. I don't blame you. But this is also a really great one that I love. So that's for eyeliner. Mascara, I have been using basically the same mascara for a very long time. I wouldn't say the same tube because that sounds kind of like not sanitary, but I have been really truly loving this mascara, and it's the Revlon Photo Ready 3D Volume. You probably were already expecting that. I used it in my last tutorial, used it in several tutorials actually, and I mentioned in other favorites before, but I think this is just a fantastic mascara. I really love the brush on it. I love the bristles, the tapered round tip that has bristles as well for you to get the outer corners to do like a cat eye where I'm flicking those lashes out, getting the inner corners. It gives you such a very black look on the lashes. You can easily put it on and you don't have clumps. And that's what I love about it, because sometimes some drugstore mascaras can be kind of clumpy, and this is not whatsoever. And I just love it. I did a review on it, and I think it's just like the perfect mascara. Love that. For my blush, I've been using the same one every day for the whole month, and I might have a new one for next month because I have so many, but it's the Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-Hour Blush in Peaceful. And this is just like a very soft peachy color with a little bit of a golden glow, so it almost doubles as a highlight shade. As you can see, it gives you a nice little glow on the cheeks, and it's like the perfect shade for the summertime. I've really been enjoying these. Like I said before, I did review on this months ago. I haven't noticed any additional breakouts because of this product. My skin is actually pretty clear except for a few little minor things here and there, but you know, that is to be expected with my hormones raging the way they are. But I absolutely love these blushes. I think that you get so much product for the price. I love Tarte. I'm a big fan of their products anyways in general. And I think this is a really great blush that really can be used on a lot of skin tones. So I would definitely recommend that you try these out. I love the packaging on it. It's really sleek. I can throw this in my small little makeup bag if I'm traveling. I just think that the way it applies, it blends very easily over liquids or powders. I don't feel like it's too pigmented where it's like I look like a, you know, like a Barbie doll or something like that. I feel like it gives you the right amount of color, and like obviously you can go overboard with it and just be too heavy-handed with it, but I just love this color. I think this is one of the best ones out of the color range that they have, in my opinion. Also, I've been experimenting with liquid foundations. Like I have the Maybelline, this little Maybelline one with the Age Rewind Eraser treatment one. I do have this one from the Natural Effects that I've had for months, and it's still full. And so what I've been doing is mixing this foundation, which is a little bit dark for me, with one that's a little bit lighter. And I have been using my Sigmax brushes from Sigma for applying that, and I use the angled top kabuki, the F84, and then the F86 for like underneath the eye, around my nose. But then I have to say, out of the whole brush set that have all of these kabuki ones, the F84 is like my all-time favorite. It's the angled one. It's nice and fluffy, and it blends the makeup very easily. I just feel like I don't really have to do that much work. I really don't. Like I could just put a couple dots of my foundation after I mix it to get the right shade and just blend this in, pull it down my neck, and it blends the product in just perfectly. Like I don't have streaks like you would get with a traditional brush. Like this is a regular traditional flat foundation brush. You can get a little bit streaky sometimes with brushes like these. These are like the dual fiber one. This is the MAC 130, so that one can be a little streaky sometimes, but this one is not. None of these. Like this comes in a set, and I absolutely love the F84 is like my favorite one out of all of them. This is also a really good one, the F86. It's a pointed one. I do use this from underneath my eye area for redness, or since it has a tip, you can always just, you know, conceal like random spots. Like I have this little breakout here and then here. I can go right over it and just conceal it and have no problems with this. So I love, love, love these. This video is getting super long, so I'm going to cut it really short. My lip products, the L'Oreal Ferris Nude lipstick is a favorite of mine. I love it, and you guys probably knew that already because I've showed you guys this so many times. But it's like the perfect nude shade. It has a little bit of a kind of like a berryish tone to it, so it's not like a creme de nude type style concealer nude, if you want to call it that. It gives you nice color. It goes with a lot of different looks, and I think it's great. Now the one that I'm wearing now is the MAC Hue lipstick, and that one is more, it's more of a nudie nude lipstick. Nudie nude. It has a little bit of a kind of pinky tone to it, but it's more, gives you more color on your lips than Creme de Nude does. And I love this one. This one's a glaze texture finish lipstick, and I'm more of a big fan of the what are they called, the cream sheen, something like that. The ones that are really pigmented and creamy, not the ones that are kind of shimmery like this. The shimmer lipsticks are just awful. So I love that. And then my lip gloss of choice that I've been using a lot is the NYX Mega Shine Lip Gloss in Crystal Soda, which is just like a nice kind of iridescent peachy shimmery color that I think is just perfect. That goes over any lipstick. I've used it over the Hue, which I have now. I've used it over the Ferris Nude. and different other lipsticks like peaches and pink tones. I think this is a really great versatile color that you can have if you just want to have just that one lip gloss that you use as your topper for lipsticks. I think this is great, and I can find this at Ulta. You can also get it from their NYX website, and they're like I think they're like $5 or something like that. No more than $5 for them. So anyways, that is it for my favorites. It's a lot more than I had last month and the month before that. I have really been loving the challenge of going through my makeup and pulling things out and rediscovering a lot of things that I just absolutely love, like this video for instance. So I hope that you guys enjoyed this video and that you find something that you would want to try, and I hope that you try some of these products out that I am a big fan of. And if you have any questions or if you want additional information or reviews on some of these products that I mentioned, feel free to leave it in the comment section below and I'll be more than happy to do that. Also, I will put on the more info my Twitter name so you can follow me. Also, Formspring, if you want to go on there and post an anonymous question, or if you have questions, just post it here on the comments and I will answer those as quickly as possible. Thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next one. Bye.